Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and in this video, I am going to show you me. We'll figure this out as soon as my mouth decides to coordinate with my brain. I'm I'm going to show the last three wraps getting deacidified and cleaned a little bit, and then at the end of the segments that I have, I will show all three wraps once they're finished. That means we're getting close to the end for Superman 14's conservation. You know, let's just go ahead and watch the video. Right after this. Well, here we are, back to Superman, number 14, and the conservation thereof. Of course, you know that already because you watched my intro. Unless you managed to skip the intro, which, you know, that's okay. We'll shake up my solution of calcium hydroxide and betaine. And we'll set another wrap down, because that's what we do. And you know, I got to show you at least one of these every video so you don't forget how I do it. And squirt it with some more calcium hydroxide and betaine. I've already placed the mylar down, which is why it was so reflective. And what do I do with my other sheet of mylar? There it is. I did wash these. Now when I say wash them, all I do is I take them to the kitchen sink and I spray them down with water for about 2 minutes, and that seems to do it. That seems to make them nice and get all the residue off of it. Because sometimes when I'm working on other things, I spray with soap. Because I don't just do this to comic books. I have other things that I work on too. For instance, this. I cleaned that up. So, yeah, now I gotta scan it and list it on eBay, and hopefully somebody will buy it. And that's where we're sitting at right now. We'll be back in 10-15 minutes. We'll squeegee it off, we'll spray it down again, and we're going to do that twice. After the second time, I'll use my methylcellulose nanocellulose mix. I think there's a little hydrogen or calcium hydroxide in this too. Not hydrogen, but calcium hydroxide. And yeah, we'll put that over the wrap and put it in the press. And then after that, I've got 2 more. And I'm also working on, and I occasionally give an update on this, I'm also working on a New Mutants number 87 that has a really bad, had a really bad stain on it. I've got it almost completely off. And I'm happy with that. I'm not going to do any more to the cover. I'm going to start working on the interior of this. So that's it for this segment. We'll see you in about 10 minutes for me, about half a second for you. Yeah, it's been about 5 minutes, and I got other things I got to get done too, so let's squeegee this off. Got a little bit of yellow out of it. You'll see it more on this end. Yeah, see, we got some. One of the reasons why I like this method, aside from the fact that I don't have to worry about the about anything coming apart, is it uses so much less material, so much less, you know. I can do 6 or 7 pages with the same mixture of betaine and calcium hydroxide that I would only use, that I would only be able to get 1 page out of by soaking it in a tub. And that's one of the things I like about this. 2 cups last me like 8 pages, 10 pages, something like that. Whereas if I put it in a tub and soak it that way, and sometimes that is the best way to do it, don't get me wrong, but when I soak it in a tub, I get 1 page. And sometimes I'll have to do a couple of soaks and only get 1 page out of 4 or 5 mixtures. 4 or 5 mixtures. We're talking about, you know, 40, 50 pages that I could have done using this method. So that's one of the things I like about it. But like I said, there are times when the best way to do it is to soak it in a tub with your calcium hydroxide and your Kollecting on either side of the page. So don't get me wrong. I'll use whichever method I think is best. For instance, working on the, let me go ahead and show this next page of that I'll be working on for that New Mutants 87. And see how much staining that has on it? I think the best way to clean that is going to be soak it. And I'm not talking about like this, I mean in a tub. And yeah, that's going to take a lot more sodium or calcium hydroxide is going to take a lot more betaine, but I think that'll give me the best solution. I might also try Gellum gum on this. Maybe that'll work better. I don't know yet. Maybe Professor Peter will have some words on that. I know he watches some of my videos. We'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, it's time to do this again. Now if you look carefully, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see where some of the acids are leaching out of the paper and beyond the paper into right here by the edges of the mylar. That's kind of cool, I think, which is why I'm bringing it to your attention. As for those stains that are on the New Mutants 87 inner pages, I would welcome help from anyone, not just Professor Peter. Jerry, if you have any ideas, that would be great. And if you're not watching Jerry the Jitterbug channel, what's wrong with you? But yeah, Jason from Archivist Adrift, if you've got any ideas, I'd welcome them, because I'm working on the first page and I'm running low on ideas already. Don't really want to use blue light on it because it's an interior wrap. But if that's what I'm forced to do, I will. It's just that's going to whiten the pages, and I don't necessarily want to do that. I kind of like to keep pages close to the color that they are when I get them. But, you know, whatever works and whatever I have to do. I know Salesboy Comics works on a lot of newer comics, so he might have some ideas. Like I said, anybody that has ideas, I welcome them. Please go ahead and put your comments down below if you, or send me a message or whatever you need to do. All right, let's go ahead and do some methyl cellulose and nanocellulose on this. And like I said, I don't remember for sure, but I'm thinking I put a little bit of calcium hydroxide in this as well. If I did, that's a good thing. And if I didn't, well, you know, that's all right too. Thinking of changing out and not using a brush and getting one of those little 2-inch sponges that they use for painting. I'm going to set this in kind of easy squeegee. Actually, I don't even want that on there. What am I doing? I'm losing it. I don't want that on there. Let's get this back the way it needs to be. This is what I want on there. Some Kollecting. Time to wash those. And this isn't really necessary for interior wraps. But if I do it to one, I'm kind of thinking I should do it to all of them. And mostly is to strengthen the page because of the nanocellulose that I have mixed in here. All right. Another piece of Kollecting. About time for me to change out Kollecting again. I've got about 8 sheets that I use, and I rotate through them. But some of them are starting to get pretty bad, so I might have to get rid of those 2 and add a couple more. Alright, I'm going to go put this in the press now between 2 pieces of blotter paper. I'm not going to show that. And yeah, we'll see you on the next wrap. Maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll see you when I have all 3 wraps done. Alright, let's get started on the next wrap. Now, what I'm going to do with this next wrap, and the wrap after that, we're going to go into high speed. So I won't be talking. Or at least I don't plan on doing any talking. And we'll go from there. Let's get started. Okay, the pages are all deacidified and clean, and let's take a look. This is the first one that I did that I actually talked during the during it. I think it turned out real nice. And then we've got this one, which is the next one, and the first one I did it on high speed, which, let me know if you liked that or not. It kind of gives you more of a continuity of what I'm doing. Yeah, a little bit of staining down here, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. I just think it turned out nice. Nice and supple. And very strong, because nanocellulose, methyl cellulose and nanocellulose mix. And then here's the last one that I did. Again, I think it turned out really nice. So what am I going to do next? I'm going to end the video. In the next video, we'll make sure all the pages are in the right order, and we'll trim the cover where it has some, where I put some Tingujo on it, and we'll trim that off and get it nice, and then I'll put it all back together and we'll be done with Superman number 14. Looking forward to that. I want to get it into my collection. So, yeah, let's go back to me.